All of you, welcome back to yet another video. In this video, I'll give you a quick walkthrough of NFT Marketplace project we have built on our channel. It's close to 90 hours long. So make sure to follow this complete project. In that you will master that how to write the smart contract for a real world NFT marketplace, building the front end, building the context management, building the complex architecture in the smart contract so the user can come and they can create and buy and sell their NFT. So make sure to follow this complete project that will teach you every single thing about the NFT marketplace development. In this video, I'll tell you that how you can optimize this code which we have coded together in the project, because recently Node version got updated to 20 and some of the packages are not compatible with the Node version 20. So what are the things you can do? Recently there is a changes in the Pinata IPFS, so we can use other alternative which we're going to talk about in this, and we're going to do the setup. So in this project we have coded all of these components and files. So this one is the account page, this one is the author page, this one is the collection page, this one is the component, this one is the context, and that we have done the context management, creating all the functionality. This is the huge contract we have written. So you can see this is the huge piece of contract we have written, and these are the explanatory contract I have already explained in the project. So make sure to follow this complete project. This is the transfer contract we have built. It's totally an optional one. You can include or you can simply exclude. It's totally up to you. Everything is explained in the project, and I have done the modification in the code which I will show you right now. So here you have this all the images which is provided to you, which we're going to use in the project. This is the login, this one is the detail one, this one is the pages. In that we have coded all of these pages: about, account, author, collection, connect wallet, contact us, index, login, NFT details, resale token, search page, sign up, subscriptions, transfer fund, upload NFT. That's all pages we have created. This is the public file, we don't have that. And this is the script which we are using to deploy our contract. That's what we have here, and every single thing we have coded together. So this one is the search page, NFT detail. These are the style components. In that we have done the styling of all the pages and the component together. This is also fine. And here we have the subscription component. This is the test, this is the top creator, this is the upload NFT, and here you have to keep few things in mind. So let me close this one. This is the get ignore file, so we are not pushing these all files and folder to our getup. And here we have to do some important configuration. So in this video I'm going to show you two methods to run the application, one using Hardhat and the other one is without Hardhat, because the Hardhat version we are using, it's not compatible with Node 20. So if you have installed Node 20, this Hardhat will not work. You can simply come back to their documentation, because they haven't updated the Hardhat package as per the current Node version, which you can simply come here and you can read everything about it. But don't need to worry, I'll show you the alternative, that how you can execute if you want to use Node version of 20, or you have an alternative. You can simply downgrade your Node version to the version I'm using, which I will show you, and it will work fine. So that's the changes we're going to do it. And here we have this package.json file. Make sure no matter when you are watching this particular project, you have to install the exact version. As long as you install the exact version, everything would work fine. So here we have using this Hardhat and Hardhat nomic foundation, and this particular version is compatible with a specific Node version. So that's what we have coded together in this particular huge project. So where it is in this project, so make sure to follow this complete, that will give you a better idea. Now let's come to the code and let me show you that what modification I have done. So this is what we have coded, and this is the starter file which I have given to all of you guys, so you can simply download it and we can start coding together. And here I have done the important changes in the code. So here you can see that here I have made all the changes which you need to do to run the application. So very first thing you have to do is you have to open up your terminal, and as you can see the application is working absolutely fine. I'm running, so I'm going to simply stop the application and I'm going to simply delete this node module, because I want to show you everything from scratch. And here we have this one, let's delete this as well. So right now everything looks fine, we have no issue right this moment. I can delete the artifact because we're going to generate the new artifact, and we have to delete the cache because we don't need that. And let's come back to the context, and here we have the ABI. I'm going to delete this as well to show you everything from start. So before I start, I want you to first check your node version. So if you see the node version 20, it's not compatible with Hardhat. So currently the Hardhat is compatible with this particular node version. So simply type node dash v and check. So if you use this particular node version, the Hardhat will work absolutely fine. You will have no issue. And the reason why I encourage you to use this particular one, because it is well optimized, and most of the libraries which you're going to use as a blockchain developer for testing, for development, for writing, that's all library compatible with this. So if you have 20, if you have 90, you can simply downgrade your node version to this. Or if you don't like to downgrade, I will show you the other way which you can simply use to deploy the contract without using the Hardhat. So let me show you first with the Hardhat. So I would encourage you to simply downgrade your node version to this and it will work fine. So that's the very first thing you have to do. So once you're done with that, now you have to check the npm version. So this is the npm version I'm using. So make sure to use the exact version, because so this is the first thing you have to do. Now you have to install the packages. All of these packages you have to install. Simply type npm I and install. This will take few seconds. And finally, I have installed the packages and I have no issue. In case if you face any error, try to install the libraries one by one. Simply copy this particular library, paste here, type npm I and simply remove that. Come back here and simply give this @, remove this as well, this one, and simply hit enter. This one is going to install the library one by one. So this is what you have to do if you encounter any error, but it will not happen as long as you use the exact version. So once you're done with the installation part, you will find there is a node modules. In that you will find all the libraries which we are using. There is a Nomic Foundation, Momic Lab, Open Zeppelin. So these are the important packages we are using in our contract. So if I take you in my contract, you can see this is the huge piece of contract we have written. So this is all the libraries we are using. And here you have to define the price you want to charge as a fee. So when someone will create the NFT, how much money you want to charge them. So here I'm going with this small amount. I don't want to charge much. So this is the amount I'm charging for creating the NFT, and the rest would be fine. You don't need to do anything in here. Everything is fine. Got it? Once you're done with that, now you have to come back to the script folder, and here you have to simply deploy your contract. So, and this is the exact configuration you have to do, because we are using this particular version. If I show you, we are using this particular version of Hardhat, this one, this particular one. And this particular version has this configuration. So that's the thing you have to keep in mind. If you're using any other version, it has a different configuration. Now we have to simply deploy our contract. So for that, all you have to do is to simply open up your terminal here. Make sure you are into the same directory. Okay. If you don't know how to come into the directory, so you can simply type cd. And here I'm into the main directory, which is the NFT Marketplace. Inside that, I have this 3 folder. Okay, in this 3 folder. If I want to get into this, I have to get the name. I'll simply copy the name and I can type here cd, paste the name, and hit enter. I'm into this particular directory. So this is how you can come into this particular directory. And now all you have to do is to split your terminal, and you have to start your local node using the Hardhat. So this is the command you have to type: npx Hardhat. No, not here. So let me close this one, come back here in this side, npx Hardhat node. There is no problem, you can start on that side, but I would like to keep this node running on my left hand side. So here, this is the exact command you have to type, and you have to type enter. This will start the local blockchain, and here you can see I'm getting some sort of warning. It says the private key is missing. So what I'm going to do, that's a very easy fix. Come back here, and I don't want to use the polygon as a fresh. I have to deploy on my local environment, then I'm going to use the polygon. So simply do one thing, simply comment this version, comment this portion, and that's the only thing we want to do, because first we are testing locally, then we're going to move to the polygon network. So simply open up your terminal, clear that, and do the exact command. So npx Hardhat node, hit enter. This one is going to start the local blockchain, and here we got it. It give you 20 plus account. This is the RPC endpoint for the local environment, which you have to add in your MetaMask, which I will show you. So when you will run this node, Hardhat will give you this 20 plus account, and each account will contain 10,000 fake ETH which you can use to do the transfer. And by default, Hardhat will use this very first account for deployment of your contract. So whenever you deploy and make any transaction using the Hardhat, it's going to use this first account. So that's the first thing you have to keep in mind. Now, in case if you want to import any one of this account in your MetaMask so you can do the transaction and create NFT, all you have to do is to simply copy the private address, private key. Simply copy that one, come back to your browser, and I'll come back here. Click on this. First, you have to change your network. So right now I'm connected to the Mumbai. We're going to test this on Mumbai network, but let's configure the localhost. Here I have already configured my localhost in my MetaMask, so I can simply select that. But in your case, if you don't, you can simply click on this add network. It's going to open this new page, and from here you can easily able to select the network which you want to add. Arbitrum, Binance Change, BaseNet, you can pick any network. But I'm going to add the local host because first we are testing locally. Okay, now click here, network, and this is the exact configuration you have to do. You can see localhost 8545. This is the name I have given. You can give whatever name you want, but this RPC endpoint is very important, and this chain ID is very important because this will tell our MetaMask that we are interacting with our Hardhat localhost. So this is the exact thing you have to provide. Again, you can come back here in the code, and here we have run this node. So this is the exact endpoint which you have to add here, and you have to provide. Once you provide that, simply save. Once you save, it will add the network, or you can simply add here, click on this, and here you have to provide the details and save it, so it will add the network. Once you add the network, you will find the network reflecting here. You will find the network is reflecting here. All you have to do is to select the network. So if I want to select this local, and here I am. Now I'm going to switch back to my account. So I have already imported tons of Hardhat accounts, and you can see all the account which I have imported, it has 10,000 ether. So I can test. By default, I had used the very second account because this is the account I have imported. So if I show you, this is the account 0 I have imported in my account 2. Now the moment I will deploy the contract, you will see this fund will get deducted because the contract will use some of the fund for deploying the contract. So this is the first thing you have to do. Make sure this will keep running as long as you are testing locally. This should be running. If you stop this, the application will not work and the transaction will fail. Now this is the command you have to type. Let me go back and find it out. So here, this is the exact command you have to type. npx hardhat run network localhost script and deploy. So if you come back to the script folder, inside that we have this deploy. What we are doing, we are simply telling the contract factory to take our contract and deploy. And once it's get deployed, it will give you a bunch of options which you can check. But we are only interested in the contract address because that will allow us to interact with the contract which is deploy. So this is what we have to deploy. So simply open up it and hit command. So hit enter. Once you do that, it's going to simply compile your contract and it's going to give you the address. So once it will compile, you will get this artifact. In that you will have this contract. Inside that you will have the ABI of your contract. And this one is very important because this will allow us to interact with our smart contract and perform all the transactions. So first thing you have to do is, here we are in the context, simply hold and drag and drop here, or you can simply copy and paste. So we got our ABI. This is the ABI of our contract. We're going to use it, which contain all the information about the contract, so we can make the transaction. So once we got the ABI, this is the exact step you have to follow to execute this piece of code. So we got the ABI. Now all you have to do is to simply copy this address. We have to give this address to our application. So come back here in the constant, and here you have to provide the address. So right now you can see this particular address I have already deployed on Polygon Mumbai, which I will show you. So it's there. So you have to replace the address with this. So we have to simply paste the address. So once you do that, that's the only thing you have to do. Now you have to open up your terminal and you have to simply start the application. Simply type npm run dev, and here our application got started on localhost 3000. You can simply copy that one and come back to the browser, open up a new tab. Here I have already configured my localhost, or you can simply paste here. This is the address. I'm going to simply click here. So simply copy the URL and paste here. So here is the application running on my local environment. You will see that I will get this particular error. And it's actually not an error. We have to do a little bit minor changes in our code structure to make it global. we have specified a specific blockchain, but I want to make it global. So simply come back to your code, come back here, and this is the contract address we have provided. Now all you have to do is to come back here in the NFT marketplace context, and there you will find this web3 model package. So we have this particular package, and that's what we're going to use it to find out our provider. So simply open this particular function, and this is what we need. Simply copy this piece of code. That's the only thing you need. Copy this piece of code, and you have to replace all the places. So first thing we have to replace here, you can see here we are going with this hardcode provider, but we don't want to use hardcode provider. We want to get the provider from the MetaMask. So simply select this and I place here. I'm going to simply update all of this. Whatever update I'm doing, I will provide in the final code. So when you will download the final code, it's already done. So once you save it, come back to the application, reload the page, you will see that we have no issue. So let's do simply come back here and let's provide the same web3 model provider in all the places. So we have done the changes here. Now we can go back to the fetch NFT or listed. This looks fine. We don't need to do anything in here. Simply replace that one. This is fine. This is the buy function. Do we have to do anything in here? No, we are using this contract model, the internal function which we have here, which will automatically trigger this portion. So this looks fine. You can come back here. You can see the connect wallet. Don't need to do any changes. This looks pretty good. And here we have this changes we have made. So in the old code base, in this particular one which we have coded in the project, if you look at the context, in that we have used Infura for deployment of our NFT, and this is the configuration we have done. But right now Infura is no longer working. Recently they have shut their IPFS provider. So if you want to use their service, you have to take the premium plan, then you can able to do that. So what I have done, I have simply replaced this Infura with the Pinata. So if I show you this particular function in the old way, we are simply taking the information and providing in the URL, but that's not what we're going to do it. We have to do it more elegant way for free. So come back here and you will see. So let me see what I have open. Close this one. So I have closed that folder, and this is the configuration you have to do. So this is the one function we have upload to Pinata. I have given the same name, but I have only done the changes in the function. So we are getting the image, we are converting into a form data, then we are simply passing to this endpoint, and these two credentials you need to have: Pinata API key and Pinata secret key. You can simply go with this one. I will provide in the final code, or you can simply create your own. I would encourage you to create your own. So to create that, all you have to do is to come back here. So come to Pinata, and this is what we're going to use for deploying our NFT. It's absolutely free to use, and you can simply include in your project. So make sure to create an account and verify. You can also read the documentation for more advanced configuration, like you can add multiple files. So I have already created my account, so let me quickly log in. So I'll click on this login, and here I'm back into my dashboard. So once you create your account successfully, this is the exact interface you will get, and you can see I have already have a lot of projects running on. All you have to do is to simply come back here and click on this API key. Once you click here, it's going to fetch out all the project which you have already created. You can see I have created all of this project. Now to create a new API key, click on this new key. It's going to give you this bunch of options. Give the name. I'll say NFT Daulat, and click on this admin, because you want to use all of this feature to upload and do all the things. So you can upload the JSON file, you can upload the files, image, you can upload the metadata. So there is a bunch of options you can simply turn on and off, but we want to use few of them. Like we want to use this metadata, we want to use this JSON, we want to use this IP file. And here you can also set the max limit. You can set that how many data you want to upload. Like if you upload one NFT, so that would be one. So I'll go with the 1000, because that's the maximum limit. If you can go, it will throw an error. So I want to upload 1000 data, 1000 NFTs on this particular key. So once you're done with that, click on this generate API key, and it's going to generate. So just wait, and this will give you this information. So they will give you 3 options to configure this API key in the project. You can go with the API key, API secret key, or JWT token. But we want to go with this one for the simplicity purpose. If you want to use in the backend, you can go with this one. I can simply copy this one, come back here, go to the code editor, and all you have to do is to simply provide here. Simply provide here, and do the same thing with the secret key. So simply select, come back here in the code, and here you have to simply provide that, replace and provide it. So once you're done with that, this is the configuration we have to do, because this time we are uploading this file, the image. That's why we have to use this particular method, form data, and this is the endpoint for deploying images, NFT. So that's the configuration, and at the end we are simply returning the URL, and that's the only change you have to do here. You don't need to do any change like in the previous function in the project. We have done exactly the same thing. So if I come back in the context, you can see at the end we are simply returning the URL, and we have done all of the configuration right up here in the Infura. But you don't need to do any changes in anywhere else in the project. All you have to do is to simply change here into this particular function. So once you do all this configuration, again this entire configuration is already done in this final code. So if I show you this final code in this, I have already done it. So all you have to do is to simply run it. So this is the how you can simply get your keys. So let me simply copy this one and get the exact one here as well in the create NFT, because here we are also uploading. So let me replace this one, and let me simply go to where it is. Here is the Pinata, and I have to get this secret key as well. So make sure to provide here as well in create NFT. Wherever we are using Pinata, make sure to replace in all the places. So we are using only in these two places. We are not using here in the create sale. This is fine. And we are calling this particular function. We have done this configuration. This is pretty good. So these are the things we have to do to execute our application. So I hope you guys have understood. Now simply close all of this existing tab. Now come back here, open up it, and you can see our application is keep running. We have no issue. Now you can come back to the application. And here we are. Simply reload the page. You will see we have no issue. We have successfully connected with our local network, and now I'm going to use this particular account for deploying and creating an NFT. So before you do your first NFT creation, I want you to do one thing. First thing, you have to come back here, go to the settings, and you have to clear your MetaMask history. If you don't do that, it will fail your transaction. So whenever you make any changes in the network or in the account, you have to clear all your data history in the MetaMask. And this particular problem you will only face when you are testing your contract locally in the Hardhat. But when you are testing on the test network, I found that most of the time it's not fail. So once you're done with that, once you connected, you can simply click on this. It will take you here, and from here you can upload all the information. So let me pick my NFT. I'll click here. I'm going to go with this particular one, and it will soon load the NFT. So just wait. And here our NFT is successfully deployed to Pinata. You can simply do the inspect element to see the data is reflecting here. You can see this is what we have. This is the IPFS Pinata data. You can simply come back here, paste here, and this is the NFT we have deployed successfully. Looks fine. Hope things are looking good to all of you guys. Now we have to fill out all this details. So let's say the blockchain coders. You can give the link of the website. I'll simply come here, and I want you to have a look. So this is the course which I have launched. It's a multimedia NFT marketplace, and it is one of the biggest projects we have built in our course. So I want you to check this particular module. You're going to master Solidity programming language, and this is the huge NFT marketplace you're going to build. This is such a huge project. You're going to have a crash course. So I want you to come and have a look at this particular course which we have, that will take you and make you complete blockchain developer. And it will give you even advanced concept like bidding, chat application, community. That's all we have included. It has more than 5 different type of contract which interacting in this marketplace. So make sure to check this course out. And right now 35% discount is going on. So come back to the application, enough the promotion. Now here you can simply give the URL. So I'll go with something text, or I can do one thing. I can simply copy this particular URL, and that's what I can provide here. So provide here. That's what I got it. Now I am going to get this description. Simply paste here, and now you can select these are the text. Now I can give the royalty 1, 2, 3, and here I want to set the price to, let's say, 50 ether. Obviously we are doing this transaction on the test network, so I have enough fund to do this swap and sale. but when you are doing on the actual test network or mainnet, you have to give less. Okay, check your business strategy. Now click on this upload. Once you do, it's going to open the MetaMask, and you can simply confirm the transaction. So here the MetaMask got open. This much fund we are charging, as we have explained that this is what we have defined in our contract. Now click on this confirm. Once you do that, it's going to simply reload the page, and here you will redirect to the search page. You can simply scroll, and there it is. This is the NFT we have created. You can simply click on that. It will take you to the NFT detail page, and here you will have all of these details. So this is the one NFT I have created. Let me create a couple of more. So I'm going to go with this one. This is the one I want to create it. Let's get Schwab buy. You can give the dummy text. I can give this dummy description. I can select this one, royalty 0, 1, 1, 1. I can go with like 20. Click on upload, and it's going to open the MetaMask, and it will perform the transaction. Click on this confirm, and the transaction is completed, and here you will have this 2 NFT. Let's create one more, the last one. I'll come back here, do the same thing here. This time I'm going to click on this and say, let's come back here. I'll say pro NFT Marketplace course. You can say pro NFT, you can call it whatever you want, and give the link of the website. Simply paste here, pick that. Let's give this 1, 1, 1, and I can give the pricing to be, let's say 50, and click all this upload NFT. It's going to make the transaction, and it will create the NFT. So here we are, confirm the transaction, and boom. So here we got it, the 3 NFT. You can simply filter, use the filter. I can type, let's say Schwab, and here the filter is also working beautifully. You can click, and you can redirect to here, and all the data which you have given, like the description, the image size, the address the user have created, the token ID, that's all is reflecting. Now let's try to test. So you can simply click here, and you can redirect to the author page, and here you will find the NFT which you have created. So these are the 3 NFT you will have created. Like all the NFT which you will buy, that's all going to reflect here, and these are the NFT with demo data we are reflecting here. Again, make sure to follow the complete project. In that I have explained extensively, one step by step. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply switch my account. So if you come back to the home page, so before I do that, come back here in the home page, you will see here we'll also have the NFT. So simply scroll all the way down, and the NFT will reflect here. So you can see these are the demo data we are displaying. That's what I have explained in the project. You can simply do the category, and here we have this demo data which we are reflecting, but you can simply display the actual NFT. So the NFT will reflect here. The NFT will reflect here, the NFT which user will buy, and here you will have the information about the creator. So this is right now you have the only creator. You can see your address, and you can see how much worth of NFT you have created. So this is the, looks pretty fine. Now let's switch back to the different account, and let's test the buy and selling. So I can go back to the account number 3. Let's go with 3. I can simply clear my MetaMask history, otherwise the transaction will fail. Change, clear the history, and reload the page. So once you do that, now you can simply come back here, and you can go to the NFT. So you can simply come here. I want to take this course. You can see there is a button called buy NFT. All you have to do is to simply click buy NFT. Is going to open the MetaMask. Here you are paying 50 ETH for buying. Simply click on this confirm, and it's going to make the transaction, and it will redirect to the author page, and here you have bought the NFT. So this is the listed NFT. If you click on this own NFT, this is the one you have bought it. You have bought it. And if you create NFT, that's going to reflect on the create section. So let me create one more. I'm going to create this dude. I'll say test. I can come back here. I can simply copy the text, paste here, select 1, 1, 1, 1. The pricing is going to be like 300. Upload, and it's going to open the MetaMask. So let's click on this upload, and here we are. Sometimes it takes a little bit time to open. I click on confirm, and the transaction is completed. Here we are redirect to the like search page. I can go back to my account. So I can simply go to this NFT I have created. I can click on this and I can come back to my account. So if I see here, we have the NFT which we have listed for sale, and this is the NFT which is we own. Got it? Hope you guys can understood that how things are coming together. And here you will find all the things. So you can click on this author page. You can simply come back to the author page. You can go here, different navigation, different pages. That looks fine. So right now we have this particular NFT which we have listed, and this is the NFT which we own. Now if I want to release this NFT to the marketplace for sale, I can click here. It will come back here, and here we'll have the button called list on marketplace. Click on this and it will take you here, and here you have to provide the price, that how much you want to sell it for. So this time I will go with let's say 100. It was 50. Now I'll go with 100. Click on this sell, resell NFT. It's going to open MetaMask, and click on this confirm. Once you do that, it's going to take you back here in the listed, and here you have relisted for sale. Now anybody can come and they can buy, and here you can see you cannot buy your own NFT. The status is changed. So this is how you can test every single thing is working absolutely fine. Every single thing is working fine. These are the dummy category we have imported. All you have to do is to simply replace with your actual data which you want to do the permission. Again, I would suggest you to follow the complete playlist. Everything will make sense. So this is how you can test the contract using your local environment Hardhat. Now let me show you that how you can deploy the contract if you don't want to use Hardhat. So how you can do it. So first thing, you have to simply stop the application from running. Simply stop this one as well from running and close one terminal. Here we are into this. Now let me show you that how you can deploy this contract to the test network. So you don't need to run the local node in your computer using the Hardhat to bring all the functionality. You can simply deploy the contract to the test network, and anybody can access your contract. So the only thing you have to do is open this one. This is the contract, and you have to simply copy that. So make sure whatever changes you want to make in the pricing which you want to charge, just do that and just have a look. Again, I would suggest you to follow the complete playlist, complete project. In that you will understand everything if you want to do any modification. So this is the contract we need. Simply copy that one, and now we're going to use Mumbai test network for deployment. So open a new tab, click on this remix ID, and here we are. I hope you guys are familiar with this particular platform which allow us to interact in the Solidity environment. So I will pick my default workspace. You can create, there is a bunch of that. I'll go with this. Click on this contract, and here I have already have a lot of contracts. So I'll click on this let's say test, and I'm going to simply replace this code and simply paste. So here I have pasted the code. Looks absolutely fine. We have no problem in that. Now click on this, and here we have to do the changes. So first, instead of going with this particular EVM, I have to select the injected provider, and this is the change I have to do in my MetaMask as well. So I click here, and I have to go back to my, cut this one. I have to change my network because I'm going with Mumbai, and I will click on this Mumbai. Once you've done the change the network on the Mumbai, now you have to go back to the account in which you have fund. So I'm not going to use Hardhat account because I don't have fund. I will go to my account one. This is what I'm going to use my account, and this has couple of MATI which is enough for me for deployment of the contract. So sometimes it's taking a little bit time for fetching the balance. Here you can see the balance is reflecting, but here it's taking a little bit time, and finally the balance came here. In case if you don't have fund, and in case you don't have this Mumbai network here in the MetaMask, you can simply add in your MetaMask. So to add, click here, go to the poly scan, and you can simply scroll all the way down, and here you will find the add polygon network. So once you click, it will add the main network, and I have already added the main network in my MetaMask, which you can see here, main network. If you want to add the test network, click here, go back to the Mumbai test, and simply scroll all the way down, and you can click on this. Here it says that it's already added, so I have already added in my MetaMask. In this way, it will add all the data in your MetaMask for the network. So once you're done with that, make sure pick the network where you want to download. So I'll select this Mumbai. I have the fund. If you don't have the fund, simply open a new tab, type alchemy faucet, click on the very first link. You can pick any blockchain, but I'm going with the Polygon because when you will deploy the contract to the Polygon, they're not going to ask you for real fund on your address. But if you go with Sofali, Gorilla, they want you to have some real fund in your main account, then you can easily able to get the faucet. Otherwise you can't. So I'll go with the Mumbai, which is very easy. So once you come back to this, simply open a MetaMask and simply copy the address because we have to transfer the fund. Now click here and make a request. Here it says that I have already transferred the fund. That's why you can see I have this much fund. So I cannot transfer, like they will allow me to transfer after 24 hours. So in your case, you can easily able to transfer the fund and it will take like 30 seconds to 1 minute to reflect the fund here. So once you have the fund here, now you are ready to deploy the contract. So make sure to paste your contract, select the injector provider. Once you're done with that, simply scroll down and click here, and here you will have bunch of this contract because we are using a lot of libraries. But you have to keep one thing in mind, that this is the contract you have to deploy, NFT Marketplace. So click on that, and this is the one I'm going to select it. You can select anyone, but that's not good. You have to select this one, NFT Marketplace, and click on this deployed. Once you click deploy, it's going to open the MetaMask. Here you can see we are interacting with the first account, and we'll click on this confirm, and it's going to make the transaction to the Polygon Mumbai. Here you can see the contract is deploying. Just wait, soon the transaction will complete and we'll get the confirmation. So the transaction is completed successfully, and here you got the instant of your contract. Simply click here, and this is the address we need to provide in our project, and here we'll have all the function we have declared in our contract. So you can easily interact with the contract right from here, but we have our front end. We're going to use our front end to do that. So simply copy the address, and you can simply test that whether the contract is deployed or not. You can paste the address here and hit enter. You can see that just now we have deployed our contract 31 seconds ago. So our contract is successfully deployed. Now come back to the code, and all you have to do is you have to simply provide the address. So come back here, paste here, and simply replace here. So provide your address. Once you do that, and that's the only thing you have to do. But make sure you have to provide the API. If you make any changes in your contract, then you have to provide that API here. So compile it and provide the right API. So we're going to use the same API because we haven't made any changes in the contract. That looks fine. So once you're done with that, simply save it, and now you can test this application. So come back in the code. Here you can see, here we are. Now cut this one, and now we can simply interact with the Polygon test network. So this time we don't need to run the node because this time our contract is deployed successfully. All we have to do is to start our application. So this is the command we have to run. Come back here. If I show you npm run dev, type npm run dev, hit enter. It's going to start the application on localhost 3000. Simply copy this dude, come back in the browser, open a new tab and paste here, hit enter, and this time our application is running on Polygon. Right now we have no issue. If you open that one, you can able to see this much fund I have, and I don't have any fund in my other account, so I cannot make the transaction. I can make the transaction with this particular account. So let's create that. So what I'm going to do is let me clear my history. It will not fail, but for being on the safer side, let's clear the history because I have done the transaction in different network from the same account. So it's always better to clear MetaMask history. Now click on this NFT, and I'm going to simply upload the image. I'll go with this course one, and I'll give the name. We'll say NFT course, and here you have to give the URL. So I'm going to provide you the URL of the course. Simply come to this particular link and check that what you will learn, and here I have to give the description. So again, I'm going to simply copy the text from here. So I'll simply come back here, I'll grab this particular piece of text and come back here, and I'm going to provide it here. Let's select whatever category you want. Let's give this one, and let's go with the price. So I'll go with very less because I don't have much fund, and I will click on this upload. If you click on the upload, it's going to open the MetaMask, and just wait, it's going to open. It's taking a little bit time, and finally it's open. This much fund we are paying for creating the NFT. Click on this confirm, and the transaction is happening. Again, I would suggest you to follow the complete project. Then you can easily able to do all the modification in the design, in the contract as per your requirement. Or you can simply deploy this entire project straight away, just like this, because we have included most of the features and the designing. So you can see our contract is in pending, our contract is deploying, because this time we are doing actually on the test network. So we have to wait till the transaction is get completed. Once the transaction will complete, it's going to simply redirect to the search page. So just wait, and finally the transaction is completed. You can see that, and it's going to redirect us to the search page. And if I scroll down here, we got the NFT. You can click, you can simply come back here, you can see you own the NFT, you can see the pricing. That's all looks absolutely fine. So this is how you can deploy the contract to the test network. I hope you guys have got an understanding that how everything is coming together and how we are simply deploying in our local environment and in our test network. So this is the exact step you have to follow, and this is what I'm going to provide you in the final code. So the thing I have explained, you have to do exactly the same thing. So this is the old code which we have coded together. I would encourage you to follow this one, because this is very important to understand all the fundamental and logic which we have included. So follow that. And this is the starter file, so you can simply download the starter file from the website, and from there you can simply start coding. And in that I have simply done all the updates, so you can simply download it and run the way I have explained. So once you download the final code, simply execute this particular file the way I have explained you. And again, this particular one is compatible with this specific node version, this node version. So this is the node version. Make sure to have in your computer, because this one is very compatible. Simply downgrade it to this version, it will work absolutely fine. So that's the only thing from my end, and this is the exact piece of code you will get when you will download the source code. And I'm going to keep this particular contract address here. So when you will download, you will see that it's automatically connected to the Polygon test network. And if you see, it's already have one NFT, or maybe some of you will create more NFT in the same address which I have deployed. So that's all going to be reflected here. But in your case, make sure to replace your address, and that will work fine. So with that, I'm in this video. If you have any question, any doubt, do let me know in the comment section. Make sure to come and have a look on this pro NFT course, that what are you going to build exactly. Come back to the source code section and check. We have tons of projects we have built that will teach you, give you the real learning that what you have to do and how you can build a perfect application for your portfolio and build your understanding around Web3 technology and the tools and the softwares. So make sure to check all of that. So that's the only thing from my end. If you have any question, any doubt, do let me know in comment section. I'll try to help you in that. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.